Welcome to a video from Twisted Dice. I'm Darren, and today I'm going to be taking you through my top 5 units that I think is going to be powerful in 9th edition for Orcs. Ninth is coming very, very soon, and I believe Orcs are going to be so powerful in this next edition. I can't stress how I think we're going to have a really, really good time in 9th. And this is just my thoughts and opinions, by the way. So if there's anything in this video you think, no, disagree with you, drop some comments down below. If you like what I'm saying and you agree with me, again, drop some comments down below. It'd be really interesting to get a little bit of debate going and finding out what other people think of 9th and how everyone thinks that we're going to be in this next awesome edition that's coming up. Anyway, before I go no further, if you like the content we're pushing out at Twisted Dice, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It helps us out massively and we really do appreciate it. More importantly, don't forget to hit the bell. That bell's going to keep you updated on all the cool content that we're pushing out at Twisted Dice. If you want to support the channel a little bit further, we do have an awesome Discord chat, which is just for the patrons. So from as little as $1 a month, you can come and join that Discord channel. There's other little cool perks in there as well, depending on what you want from ourselves, but we do offer some other little bits in there as well. More importantly, all the money we make on the Patreon and off the channel, it really does help the channel out massively to grow and to get new equipment to make the content even better. Anyway, let's go on with what I think it's going to be the top 5 units that I believe is going to be very, very good, or what we're going to see back on the tabletop. So unit number 1. Unit number 1 is, I think, is going to be the obvious one, but I believe the Green Tide is going to be even more powerful than what it was before. And this is why I say this for. Having that smaller map means that we've got less of a map to cover when getting to the juicy bits on the table. Don't get me wrong, Orcs have a great way of getting across the tabletop already with the jump, teleportation, the Green Tide. If we lose 50% of the models, we do have that ability to get back in there. We have that at the moment. We have that ability to run, so move, advance and charge. That is absolutely massive on its own, and depending on what clan cultures, we've got that ability to have the +1 as well, which is massive, really, really massive. Having that in mind, that's going to help us out like no beggars belief. And the way that terrain is going to get even better as well, the way the model's going to interact with that scenery, that is going to really, really help us out so much. It's going to be absolutely bonkers. But the best thing about this, one of the things they've mentioned in the comments on the community page about they mentioned about combat armies getting all the way across the tabletop, only to get all the way over there to get blown out of the water by Overwatch, and then maybe get a couple of measly attacks in there and it's game over. This edition, I think the Green Tide, as I said, is going to be even more powerful. So that's one good thing I believe straight away is going to benefit ourselves. If you're going across the long ways on the table, we've got a shorter distance we've got to cover, so that means we have more of a fighting chance to get to that horrible, nasty Tau unit that's sat up, castled in the unit in the corner, and we're struggling to clear. So that's going to help us out. No end on that. The other good thing about this is the fact that because we've got a smaller map, it means the Green Tide is going to be more effective in blocking off your unit, off the enemy units getting around the table. So for instance, if you've done the jump and you spread your models out correctly, you have the ability to deny units moving around the table even better, and that's crucial. So of course I don't believe we can stop flyers from getting across the table. It might mean that the flyers have to fly off the table, which is going to be massive on its own. But what it does mean that if you've got playing someone that's got elder hover tanks, or I've forgotten what they're called, any skimmer vehicles or anything like that, what it does mean for them is they can't fly over to get those objectives. If they've got anything that's fast moving, that's going to start denying those getting those objectives, and that's going to be absolutely massive for what's coming up. And if you look upon some of the mission types, I think that's going to be a very, very powerful tool in our arsenal. 8th's been absolutely fantastic and it's been an awesome addition, but I think 9th is going to get even better and it's going to make our close combats armies even stronger. Okay, so let's move on to number 2. Number 2 is going to be the Mega Knobs. Now, with that horrible move distance of only 4 inches, with the right clan, you can get it up to 5. I think we're going to see that become a big thing again. Of course, we've got the jump. We've also got the deep strike in. So already those units can be very, very powerful. But Ghazghkull leading the fray, I think we're going to see, or hopefully see, that become a real deadly force in the Orc arsenal, because they're going to be very, very powerful. Of course, a big thing upon this is, I can say this now, but it depends upon points. When the new edition comes out, whether or not they increase the points or whether the points stay the same. That makes a massive, great difference on what comes up next. But again, having that short distance means those Mega Knobs, once they've got into combat, you know, you've deep struck them in, you've teleported them over the table, it means they've got less of a distance to get to the next unit, so they can become more effective on the tabletop. So that's another unit I'm really hoping that it's going to be very, very powerful for ourselves. Now, the next unit. I love this unit. We don't see enough of this unit. And this unit is the Killer Cans. I love the Killer Cans. I think the grots in those little tinkly cans, I think they're absolutely friggin' awesome. And they've got so many cool weapons on them that you can have. Yeah, granted that, look, they're not the sharpest tool in the box. They're not the best unit in the box, but for the fact of they're so cool. And if you give them the rockets, that 24 inches, again, map being smaller, it means they can become more effective on the tabletop. Plus, they're going to become a really good unit to start holding objectives, because they've got quite a few wounds already, and they're not like they're a little bit tougher than your normal orcs, so they're going to be better on the fact that they're going to be more survivable and holding those objectives. And I feel they're going to have a good place on the tabletop again. And like any new edition, like back in 8th, when 8th first started, any unit was good at the beginning, because like no one really knew what the meta was, no one knew what the power level was. So at the beginning of 9th is going to be a great opportunity to start getting everything that you've got in your cupboards or in your boxes painted or even unpainted. It's going to be a great opportunity for yourself to get them on the tabletop, to see how they play and how effective they are going to be, because we're going to have some fun at the beginning. Unit number 4. Unit number 4 is a cool unit in the fact that, again, I don't see this unit getting much love, but the Death Dread. The Death Dread has some really cool close combat weapons. Like, damn, if he gets into combat and he just gets sort of a tank, he's going to do some proper damage to him. But again, it was always that problem of, how do I get him across the table? Shorter table hopefully means that we've got that ability now to get him into combat, and they're not very expensive. They're really not very expensive at all. But again, depending on what the next edition brings, I'm hoping we're going to start seeing some real close combat Death Dreads, rushing against the table. And again, they're not too bad with shooting. You can have, you can add some other guns into there if you desire. But for me, this edition is about close combat, and this is where I feel that the Orcs are going to be very, very good. Now, unit number 5. Now, this one I know Ace is going to hate. I know Ace is going to be going absolutely berserk, and he's going, nah, this is terrible, terrible, terrible choice, Darren, terrible choice. Out of all the units that I think are very underrated, and that is the Orc Bikers. The Orc Bikers are so good. Like, I've had so many games on the channel where the orcs on the bikes, they played a massive great part in the game, in the fact that they're fast, they're good in combat, they've got loads and loads of shots. You've got that ability to get across the table and then start annoying the hell out of your opponent, taking objectives, denying objectives. They've got some really, really cool tricks in there, and I think they're going to be really, really good in this next edition. Again, smaller map means that these boys are going to get to where they need to get even quicker and even better. And I think these are going to be, a unit that's going to be well worth using. And like, I've got loads of Orc Bikers, and I'd love to run more Bikers across that tabletop. If you've got the ability then to get into combat with something that's shooting at you with some heavy weapons or something like that, or if you've got like a shield drone, you know, trying to block your thing, but they've left that little gap in between. You've now got that ability then to start diving into the heart of your enemy, and that is going to be so powerful in this next edition. It's going to be absolutely friggin' good, awesome, love it. Now, bonus one. Now, there's a unit out there that really doesn't get used hardly ever. I'd never go to a tournament and go, wow, that's an awesome Gorkanaut or Morkanaut. You never ever see him on the tabletop. Like in tournaments, you never rarely get to see him on the tabletop. But I think now, hopefully, praying at the fact that they can't be tied down. That means they can shoot out of combat because they're going to be a vehicle. They're going to be more powerful. And like, how cool is that going to be? The fact that you're going to be in combat, you're gonna have a go at munching the hell out of these guys as you're in combat, you know, crushing them with your claws, stomping with your feet, like proper. But more importantly, having that ability at the moment to shoot out combat at Suncast. Granted at -1, but we don't care because we're orcs, and at the moment 6s always hit. More Daka baby, more Daka. That is going to be very strong, and I'm looking forward to that one ability is going to be friggin' awesome. Anyway, that's my top 5 with the bonus. Drop some comments down below. I know there's going to be a lot of people out there that are going to hate what I've said and they're going to disagree, but I would really like to know what you think, whether you think I've got some merit in what I'm saying, or whether you can come up with some better units in the next edition. Anyway, thank you ever so much for watching. Really do appreciate it. Check the other videos out. I dropped some other videos in the in the links below. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe. It helps that massively, and hopefully I'll get to talk to you after this video in the comments down below. Come find us on Facebook, join the conversation. I'll catch you guys and girls very soon. Thanks for watching.